welcome in everybody. Welcome to our weekly AMA series here at Universal. We'll do a update with Stud Ted and the team here, and we also have a special guest from Degen Dashboard. We have Wicked Ewok and Smackaroony. How are y'all doing?
Good, thank you. Thank you for
Doing great.
having
Good
us.
day.
And they're going to tell us about their project where they evaluate protocols and have a system for in the future attaching it to your wallet and tracking these investments. Anyway, let's warm up with maybe a little question about the markets. It's kind of the main topic going on right now. Markets are down. How y'all feeling about the markets? What do you think, Stud?
Man, I think the market it's a good entry point, It's just scaling, dollar cost average. But I'm doing long, with margins and all that. How about you?
Yeah, focusing on Bitcoin and dollar cost averaging, looking long. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Any chance of going below 20?
I think there's a chance, but I think it may not stay there very long.
All right.
That's kind of my general feeling about it. But I don't know, these crypto winners definitely make me reevaluate what I'm investing in. I do want stable, safe projects, and it definitely makes me think about Bitcoin, while I write it out.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it may go lower, but it will take new news, I think. I think based on the current sentiment, I think people are going to slurp up any further deals. But more bad news or other, we don't know where regulation's going to go. Who else, who knows what else is going to happen, but
Yeah, what they is going to a recession. I think it's probably going to recession. So yeah, maybe it'll go lower because of that. We'll see.
Well, I definitely think there's still risk to the downside. So yeah, definitely careful out there, everybody.
Yeah, not financial advice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not financial advice, correct. All right, well, let's get into a little bit updates from Universal. What have you been working on lately, Stud?
Oh man, I've been working on the UI lately. Last week and between this week, I was just working on NFT staking, auto staking, the UI. And just today, we just started working on more utility for our tokens. We're trying to get like some kind of like a stable price also, something like that. And we've been checking out some liquidities and stuff like that. So that's what we've been working on. The staking is done, and we also have the auto staking, which is done for the NFTs. So of course, the black hole holders will be able to stake in either the manual staking or
The manual staking or the what? Looks like we may have lost Stud a little bit. Actually, while he's talking about the staking and the NFTs, this is a feature that is very unique to Universal nodes. One thing I did want to go over was our seed round mint. So we are currently live with a seed round mint for an Obsidian KYC. This is kind of the next big step on our project. We have about 60 NFTs left for 2 AVAX, which is really quite a deal right now. They got down to about $30. And I can go over some of the benefits if you buy a black hole NFT for supporting us early. So here's a quick rundown. The recent addition of a staking feature, which is unique for NFTs. You can lower the future maintenance fees of nodes created in the space by 90%. So we charge a maintenance fee for running planets, for having our planets. And when you buy a black hole NFT, you lower that fee from $50 to $5. Second, you own the rarest NFT that provides the most space in our project and be able to sell or transfer it. So this NFT you can sell and transfer, and you can maximize the amount of planets that you can own. Third, you'll receive a free planet at airdrop or a free planet at launch, and that is per wallet. You also have voting rights and stake in our future, access to the discounted token price, the whitelist price. And finally, Alpha Discord access to Black Hole, which opens up the possibility to be part of all future collaborations, including this one with Degen Dashboard. And they are offering a Sapling NFT for Forest Financial at the end of this. So yeah, thanks. We get you back, Stud?
Seems we do.
Well, he does seem to be having some connection issues. So if it's okay, maybe we can talk about Degen Dashboard, since that's one of the main focuses of the AMA, and we'll see if we can get Stud back.
Sure. Why not?
First, if I may ask about your avatars, why Wicked Ewok? Why Smackaroony?
Who starts?
Yeah, so I am a supporter of the Voyager Digital centralized exchange, VGX token. And so there's a grassroots community of VGX heroes. And I didn't quite feel like being, some big name flashy hero. So I picked Wicket Ewok from planet Endor out of the Star Wars universe. And I thought that was a little more fun and humble. Plus, there's some pretty awesome dancing Ewok gifts that we can use to celebrate.
Did you say dancing Ewoks?
Dancing Ewoks.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. What about you, Smackaroony?
Most important reason for anything. I just used to have this random screenshot from Mario Kart Tour that with Toad because I like Toad, and then I started being friends with people, and one of my friends made this golden Toad thing avatar, and it's just so cool. So it's kind of my whole thing now. I'm a mushroom person. And there goes Start again. We lost him once more. Anyways, yeah, I'm a little mushroom. That's the only reason why.
Well, thank you. Thanks for sharing that, guys. Okay, let's get into your project a little bit. Degen Dashboard. Why did you decide to start this? What was your motivation?
Yeah, I've been a node investor a long time. I have, for whatever long time means in the world of nodes. But I was a strong block owner and got in early with Thor and Power, and have a whole collection of different projects that I've been an investor in. And one of the challenges is to both find the new projects, know if they're going to be good fit for my investment style, follow along with updates and things like that. So Degen Dashboard is just in kind of roadmap phase one, and um, we have our first kind of a catalog available where we have what I think is probably the largest collection of node um, cards showing the project, linking to the Discord, Twitter, any Gitbook or Medium articles that are out there. And so it's a good place for a node investor to get a starting point. And so if we just talk to motivation, it was really a way to start, first of all, identifying places for new investment, and then in the roadmap to start tracking all the different node investments that you have in your wallet, so that you don't have to go through quite so many tabs in Chrome to keep up to date with everything going on.
Yeah, I think that's a neat feature. That's very intriguing. I think there's a draw there with the Wallet Connect.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it. That's still on the roadmap for this point, and so we're only recently launched. We're still in the community building phase, and um, want to see the node environment be strengthened and expand. Certainly, it's in kind of a weak spot right now. Certainly, it's not the same as it was in February, but we'll see if it bounces back. And glad to be connected here on an AMA with another node project.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming. Building communities right now, I think, is very important, and I see that in your project. It's a beautiful thing. One thing I noticed with when people are trying to kind of gather all the information that's out there in DeFi is it's hard to keep it updated. How do you keep your Degen dashboard updated with all the nodes and all the different details on there?
Yeah, that's where Smackaroonie comes in. She's plugged in like nobody else and connected both to projects through Discord and also through a lot of different people. And she's got her list of informants. I'll let her chat about that a little bit. But
Mhm.
the one thing we do is we do try to stratify the node ecosystem a little bit to be more focused on the nodes that are doing well. And, like polar nodes, for instance, they've been really active in working their different taxes and rewards to try to work price action in a way that's good for investors, using their community to vote on things and such. But it seems like they're changing their claim tax and their reward structure every week. And so, right, that's one you just kind of need to keep on top of. Some of the other projects are much less active in terms of manipulating the different levers they have in their system.
Hmm.
Of course.
If I can ask, this just kind of popped up. What do you like to see in a node project? What are the utilities or kind of the cutting edge things you're looking for in node projects right now?
Yeah, I'm going to touch on our trust score to begin with. It's not an exact answer to your question, but we'll move there. So one thing that everybody in DeFi needs to be thoughtful about is the whether you trust a project or not. And anyone new needs to be really cautious. I know I wasn't super cautious in the beginning, but you learn that through experience. Um, and so we've put a trust score on the site, which is we're trying to make that objective and not subjective, where if you have KYC, if you have an audit, if you've launched and been active for a month, right, those are all things to the positive for your trust score. And if you don't have those things, if you don't have a vibrant community, if you don't have um, good membership, then your trust score is going to be lower. Again, that's not saying you're untrustworthy, but just you don't have the elements that we're looking for in a good investment. And that's not financial advice, but we do try to just have that be a reflection of some different inputs that are verifiable. So for me, I think the additional piece that I want to see is some sort of utility. uh, Nodes began as kind of purely a Ponzi approach, and but since then have you just can't sustain if you don't have something more than that. So any DeFi investment at this point really should be looking for something more than just game theory, and that you've got some sort of utility that you add, and your token is going to accomplish something.
I just want to add for your information, I don't think any project on our site has a trust score of 5 stars. So it's normal. Like we can't even universe rogged. We can't trust anything. And it's not to say that we don't like your project, you're a bad, untrustworthy project. It's just most of the projects on listed on our site have a trust score of 3 or 4.
Well, in terms of a trust score, for it to have meaning or value, to be strict about it, especially as you're starting your site, I think is a good idea personally.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
What other information is on the cards besides the trust score?
Yeah, we have some. Our goal here was
Honestly,
to.
can I say what the cards themselves, they're not as important as the calculators, and that's the whole meat and potatoes of the site.
Ah, I
That's
see.
what the utility and usefulness of our site is. You can model the rewards rates for different protocols to compare them, right, and to find your perfect investment.
We've got some good stuff on the cards, though. We've got the platform, the name and the icon, the token, the price, a little bit of price history. If a node project has, let's say, 4 different levels of node, um, like 1 token, 10 tokens, 20 and 50, something like that, we will then show the current token price times the number of tokens to build a node. So we would then show a range of prices for 1 node up to 50 nodes. And so we'd kind of show where your USD equivalent would be in order to find an entry in that project. We do an ROI for the rewards, and so we'll show you in days the expected return on investment, since with nodes you lose your principal. And so that ROI is important in any investment, but certainly with nodes, since you're sinking your investment into it. So, and then as Smacky says, if you click on that node, you'll see a table that would show, in this case, maybe 4 different node products that were inside that project with the different rewards rates. And there might be many node projects will increase the rewards rate the more you spend on your node. So a 50 token node would have a rewards rate of maybe 0.7 per day, and a 1 token node might have uh, and so we'll show you the return on investment. We'll show you the sell and buy and claim taxes. And then we have a taxed ROI, which would be the return on investment given the tax structure that's within that project. And then with any of those projects, you can identify how many nodes you have or would like to model, and you can then get a calculator that shows you 365 days of what your rewards would be. And we've got a slider to kind of for your investment choices to be, do you want to be 50% taking profits and 50% compounding, or 0%, 100%? And then we'll show you the graph for what your wallet looks like and the number of nodes you'd have over time up to a year out.
With the calculator, um, do I input the information, or is it populated from the information you have on the website already?
Yeah, we're Web 2 right now, so you would populate it yourself, and you can look at the graphs. None of it's saved from one visit to the next. Certainly in the roadmap, what we'd like to do, and this would be where we'd start to probably look at a revenue model, is where you would connect your wallet, and then if you pay your membership, then we would pull all the different node projects you've invested in, and we'll know how many nodes you own, what size of nodes they are, and then from the project database, we'll know the rewards rate, taxes, and other things. So we can then show you a model of what your future investment will look like.
Yes, and can I say, the user only has to input the amount of nodes, whatever they're aiming to buy, and what else? That's pretty much it. And the rewards rates and the taxes and all of that information is already in there, already in the calculator for each protocol. So you don't have to know everything and like search through thousands of white papers and spend hours researching that. I did that for you. You're welcome.
Thank you. Yes, appreciate it. With the Wallet Connect, will that be a paid service? The one that's down your roadmap in the future?
Yeah, that's what we're looking at, is that would, and how we, exactly how that works from a pricing and price model. We don't have that fully
Yeah.
determined. We're still working on that and looking for some feedback. But I think there's value to node owners in understanding what they have in their wallet, and to model out what that looks like in the future, especially in kind of determining, does it make sense to compound into new nodes or NFTs, or does it make sense to take profits and put
Yeah.
that in my wallet?
Yeah, no, that's interesting. So the revenue streams seem to be from potentially this wallet in the future, and also maybe advertising to highlight node projects to be put.
Yeah, the business model to begin with did not look at a sponsorship. I think it's important to, if you're offering investors information and options, sponsorship always kind of clouds the objectivity that you have there. On the other hand, I think that the reality of the situation is that sponsorship probably needs to be part of our model. Sponsorship also gets you partnership, which is important, and kind of gives two sides skin in the game. So I think we will be looking to certainly have partnerships and probably sponsorships, but that was not originally part of the roadmap, so you don't see much of that on the site today.
I see. Makes sense. Well, let's open it up to the team first. Does anyone have any questions? Stud, Adamus, Ghost, Vox?
Yeah, okay, I do have a question. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I do have a question. I was wondering what are you guys using, an API, or what are you using to get all this information on the nodes?
Yes. So there's kind of two things, two streams of information. So the node information itself is manually collected, and that's what Smackaroony, she stays on top of all of that. Plus, our community helps us to know when there's been a change, or if something is wrong. And then we do use a couple of different online APIs to get pricing for the different nodes who have launched.
All right. Sounds good.
And we can also open it up to any questions from the floor. If anyone has any questions for Degen.
I saw a few questions in the AMA questions section.
Yeah, there's one from Zephyr.
Oh, please, Adamus, do you know it?
Yeah, so Zephyr's saying, what are you doing to gain more traction so you stand out between Valify, Collectivists, and how do you stand out from the competition, basically?
Oh, that sounds like for you, Stud.
Oh, that's for
Yeah.
me. All right. How do I do to stay abroad from other projects? Oh, okay. Yeah, I did mention that. Okay, that was yesterday. Yeah, I mean, like, we have staking for our NFTs. We have the marketplace, which we're going to open. We're also going to have like something like what is this, lending and borrowing the NFTs. We'll make sure also we're looking into creating more utilities for our token, which will be creating the nodes. Right now we're working on that. We'll be able to announce some of the features that we'll have on the utilities for our token. So I'll be able to tell that next week more so. Of course, and we'll try to have something like a liquidity manager, as we can see that's very helpful to help with like stabilizing the price and making sure we don't have huge storms, especially during the bear markets and stuff like that. So yeah, I think we're very much different from the other projects with all the utilities that we have.
Superb. There was a second part of that question as well, which I'll get to right now.
Yeah.
Which is to Degen Dashboard. Let me just get it. Yeah, so the dashboard is limited to nodes at the moment. Are there any plans for any other types of protocols in the future?
Absolutely. Yes. I'll let Wikidata take it from here, I guess. Or can I?
Yeah, it nodes when I started working with my dev team, nodes were they were my area of expertise and the thing I knew best, and that's what I wanted to launch and have something that was focused specifically on kind of the depth of the information around nodes, and not just to be a surface card. You know, What the Fork is a great site that does a similar thing with just listing the projects and listing the linking to the Discord and to the app and the Twitter, but doesn't give you any drill down detail or modeling. So we took the nodes as the first path, and at this point we're looking for what the right next answer is. I want to do something in detail, but what we're finding is that these degen protocols or DeFi protocols are all finding little differences, and they're not truly forks of each other quite as much anymore. Everyone wants to be unique and bring value. I support that. I think that's great. It does make it a little bit harder to model on the server side. But yeah, we want to expand into Titanos or into Tomb Forks or whatever item is kind of making interest, and we may end up having to just do more custom code than I expected in the beginning.
Very good. Was there any more questions from the audience, the AMA?
I think that's it for now. Oh, hang on, Safa's typing.
Stella, I did want to ask you in regards to updates on our project. You were talking about maybe sharing a little bit of the work that you're doing with the auto staking. I know that's a unique feature for us. Yeah, one of the things with the NFT that is unique, a lot of projects do have NFTs supporting their projects, but there aren't any that have this auto staking feature. Instead is having some connection issues, but we hope to share some screenshots to highlight that.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Sorry, I was on mute. I was actually speaking. Can you hear me now?
Can, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I was just saying I did share some pictures in the general chat. As you can see there, I shared 3 pictures. Can you see that?
Let me go over there and take a look.
Yes.
Yes. So the first picture, it shows 3 NFTs that are on the testnet, testing on Mumbai Polygon. So as you can see, the first NFT is not staked, and you can see you have a button there either to stake it or to list your NFT. The next 2 NFTs are actually staked, and you can see that there's a color difference there. The one that is not staked, it's blue, and the ones that are staked are white in color, so they can differentiate between both of your NFTs. So you can also unstake it, and you can also list it for the marketplace in order to sell it. And the next picture shows that you can connect with other multiple wallets. Your Wallet Connect, your Binance Chain, your Coinbase wallet, and also either MetaMask. That makes it easier for other people to also use our platform. The next one, the last picture, shows also you can use different tokens to mint our NFTs. And I'm also working on one more feature to mint. I'm working on credit card minting, which will be much easier for other people that are not like degens and they're not very well advertised in terms of knowing about MetaMask and knowing how to use that, so they can use the credit cards to mint our NFTs. And I also have a feature that you transfer your NFTs. It's right there on bottom left of that picture. So those are the updates that we've been working on, and that UI is perfectly ready. We'll be releasing it very soon.
It does look good. You also mentioned something about adding a link for a DEX. Is that going to be?
Oh yes, I
mini,
forgot.
is that going to be a mini DEX that we run, or a like Trader Joe or something?
When we start, we'll use something like Trader Joe, right? And we do have a DEX that we have already built, but we'll need some liquidity, right? So that's why we have to, when we're selling more of our nodes and we can build up liquidity, and when it's enough to handle a DEX, we'll move on to our own DEX.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you have a lot of the utilities and the stability worked out on the NFT side and the tokenomics. And next, you'll kind of be focusing on utility for ULAND.
Exactly.
Is there any updates that you wanted to share today in terms of things you're working on with utilities for ULAND?
Utility for ULAND. Okay, we currently, of course, we just have games that we're done with. We have the lottery, which is done. We're just working on the UI for it. We have the Gold Rush, which is fully done. We're just waiting just to start doing the marketing stuff so that we can do the pre-sale and stuff like that. But that one is done. The other utilities are not really done, so I can't really speak about them right now. But we do have more utilities that are encrypted into our token that we're working on also.
So are the utilities that are there now going to be available at launch, or are we going to have a roadmap that kind of lays out after
The ones that we have currently, they're going to be there on launch.
I see. Okay.
But the ones that I have not mentioned, they might be on just the roadmap. But we're working on them right now.
Cool. Thanks for sharing all that. The credit card seems like a unique function as well. There's a lot going on with the marketplace.
Yeah, credit card minting, I think that'll be a very huge step up for us. And I really want to get it done. So I'll be working on it during this week. And I do have other devs that are also working on more utilities. So we'll make sure that we'll try our best to make sure that it works. Or either maybe get a partnership with somebody that already has it working. Why reinvent the wheel when it's already there? Right?
Yeah, no, that sounds right.
Yep.
We can open it up for AMA for Universal for Stud. Were there any other questions? Not any other questions. Stud, I did want to ask you, did you want to speak on the KYC seed round mint a little bit?
KYC seed round. Okay. How many more is left?
We have
think it's 65.
Yeah, right around 60.
Yeah, 65. So yeah, I think next week we should probably start doing the marketing and start getting exposure since we're done with the UI right now, and just finish that 65 and then get the KYC with the Obsidian. I'll actually start initiating the talks with who's it? The KYC from Obsidian. I think that will be the first KYC we can get since I'm very much close up there.
Right.
Yeah, that's how it'll go.
Sounds good. And then the one last. Oh, go ahead, please.
I just wanted to ask the question to the Degen team because I did not manage to hear very well what you guys were saying. I was having connections problem. You guys was talking about security and stuff. What kind of security were you mentioning about? I just want to hear that.
I think we were talking about trust scores. Was that what you were asking?
Yeah, something like that. I think you guys were talking about it.
We don't really have any user accounts or have any user information, so we don't really have any security right now. But right now, we try to have a star rating for each project that is a trust score. That if you're new in your project and you don't have KYC or audit, you might have a pretty low trust score. But then as you add KYC or an audit, if you have launched and have shown some time in the market, then those are things that all help improve your trust score.
Basically,
Okay.
if you go to the homepage of Degen Dashboard, which is the site is literally degendashboard.com. At the bottom of the page, we elaborate on what the trust score is, and I can just kind of read what is written there. That the trust score is simply a combination of a KYC/doc status of a project, audited contracts, and project duration, and is not a recommendation. So basically, we're trying to be as objective as possible. Uh, but yeah, it's very hard to tell because again, as I was saying, even universe rugged
Yeah.
really is no telling.
Yeah, I just don't like when people use that universe name because yeah,
Yeah,
I'm closely related to it because we are universal and it's universe, you know. So when you say even universe right, it feels like you say universal right.
Yeah, let's
Anyway,
make that
yeah,
clear.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So I just wanted to know, like, are you guys basing your trust score on like potential rug, or you basing it on like is there like a chance of like the project sustaining its core like and just growing?
We look at we try to be objective about it. So we're looking at KYC and audit,
Yeah,
um, the number of members in the community. Although frankly, that's like you need to see, is a community
yes,
active? Is it just a bunch of bots? Do you have 8,000 members and 7,500 are bots, or
yeah.
do you have 8,000 members and they're and you've got an active Discord all 24/7 with good conversation.
yes.
So
We want to see the team active and posting announcements, making like some maybe contests or events and such. That just gives this um feeling that the team is really involved in the project and they care about the community.
All right, all
That's
right,
a
all
big
right.
thing. And of course, if the project is launched and has been doing somewhat good for like a few weeks, a month, maybe 2 months even, that obviously will um, give it a better score.
All right, all right, all right. That sounds good.
Very good, everybody. I do have one final question before we announce the giveaway. There always seems to be new partnerships coming up. You always seem to have something. I was just kind of curious. The last couple of weeks we've done partnerships and joint AMAs. You have any partnerships coming up or anything to tease with that?
Okay, is that related to me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, I do have one that I was actually talking to today. It's a huge project, but let's just say it's not wrapped yet. Uh, yeah, I
Yeah,
do
I
want
do
to
want to
say it, but I
say
can't. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
can't.
sorry to put you on the
I
spot,
just
but
can't.
it always seems
I
like you
just
got something cooking back there. So
yeah. It's a huge project. It's a huge project, and they're very big. They do have a very active community and all of that.
well,
So it's a big project. You know, they like what we're doing.
I'll push for more details and share it with the community as soon as I can.
Yes.
With Degen Dashboard, and thank you very much. They are letting us give away a sapling NFT from Forest Financial. This is not an endorsement of the project. Please do your own research. But we're going to do the giveaway associated with our AMA and YouTube. So later
Yes, and
today.
also Universal will have a featured spot on top of the
Oh yeah.
homepage of
I
Kitchen
think
Dashboard. So
so. Basically, the idea that we have is that if you subscribe, like when the YouTube video is posted for this, if you subscribe to our channel, if you're a new subscriber, like and post any comment. We'll keep track of that this week, and then before our next AMA around our next AMA, we'll announce the winner for new subscribers that like and comment on the video. Sound good, everybody?
Sounds awesome. Sounds awesome.
Yep.
Yeah,
Cool.
but
And then
Sapling it was $160 originally. Probably has not with AVAX where it is. It's not worth quite the same at this point. But Forest Financial, I am an investor in it, but not financial advice or an encouragement for you to invest. Do your own research. But it is launching on the 28th of this month. And again, I don't want to take anything away from Universal. But I do feel node communities can support each other, and I think that's how we're going to make it through these tough times.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I'm there. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, we have no problem supporting other projects, and one nice thing about it, there is a reforestation charity element to it, which is always nice. But like I said, do your own research. This is not an endorsement, but it's very generous for you all to allow us to give this away.
And thank you for hosting us today, and it was a good conversation.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, it was a pleasure, and we'll tease maybe a little dance party afterwards. I don't know much about it, but we'll see what happens.
Yes.
Awesome.
All right, you guys. Well, thanks very much. Appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you all next week.
Bye-bye.
Hey, thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.